Mary Barra says that General Motors will be manufacturing millions of EVs very, very soon. So, which of the EVs that General Motors manufacture will qualify for the US government's new electric vehicle tax incentives of $7,500 US per car? Well, here's the full list. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Hope you've had an amazing week. There's been so much happening in the United States, Australia, all around the world when it comes to electric vehicles, electric vehicle news, development. Everything is just going crazy right now. It's really, really exciting to see. And frankly, I just can't make enough videos to keep up with it all. So I have to be selective. Now, I know many people are interested in GM's electric cars. And rightly, they probably should be. If General Motors really does make an electric SUV for $30,000 US, well, frankly, that's something I would be interested in as well. In addition, their Silverado electric vehicle, their electric pickup, looks to me like it's going to be even better than Ford's electric F-150 Lightning. And what's that got? Hundreds of thousands of pre-orders. I can see the same thing happening for the Silverado when it's actually released on the market next year. The recent passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, which I don't think will decrease inflation, but anyway, at least it'll help probably create more jobs in America, which is a good thing, of 2022 includes extended incentives for the purchase and production of new electric vehicles. That likely includes a range of new General Motors EVs. At least for the first year, some of these vehicles will actually qualify. Now, I did make a video saying only 30% of electric vehicles on the market will qualify. However, that might actually not be correct for the first 12 months. We don't know exactly yet, but it looks as though for the first 12 months, quite a few different electric vehicles will qualify. Now, it is possible that this list will change in the future, as the exact General Motors vehicles that qualify haven't been officially confirmed yet. However, given the current limits and expanded eligibility of this new act, it's possible to draw some conclusions as to which GM vehicles are likely to include the proposed $7,500 tax credit. But first, what is the criteria? Well, eligible vehicles must be built in North America. That rules out the Mustang Mach-E, and include a starting price under $80,000 US for trucks, vans, and SUVs, and under $55,000 US for passenger cars. Additionally, the bill says that vehicles which utilize battery materials sourced from Chinese suppliers will be phased out after 2023, a provision which a lobby of domestic and foreign automakers, including GM, attempted to remove on the grounds of limited infrastructure in North America for mining, processing, and production. I honestly don't think that any American automakers think that they'll be able to qualify in 2024. So they're probably thinking that maybe the bill will be changed by then. But either way, it will actually mean that GM's vehicles will get a tax credit in 2023, and they don't right now. So that's better than nothing. The vehicles that will get the $7,500 US tax credit include the Cadillac Lyriq, the Chevy Bolt EV, the Chevy Bolt EUV, the Chevy Silverado EV, the Chevy Blazer EV, the Chevy Equinox EV, and the GMC Sierra EV. Now, that's assuming all those vehicles are manufactured next year. And I'm not talking about one Hummer, which, remember GM celebrated when they manufactured one Hummer in the fourth quarter of 2022, saying it was this great achievement. I'm not talking about one here. No, I'm talking about thousands. Hopefully GM is making the many hundreds of thousands of EVs that they said they'd make next year. Hopefully that does happen, meaning you'll be able to get $7,500 US removed from the cost of those vehicles. Now, in theory, right, if GM does produce the Equinox EV and sells it for $30,000 US, which they said they would, that would mean the Equinox SUV will cost only $22,500 US for Americans. Frankly, that is a bargain. I mean, that's an insane bargain. If you can get that car, you should buy it. Unless you're not so confident about GM's battery history lately. There's another recall for batteries. These batteries are the batteries in bright drop electric vans and the batteries in the GM Hummer EV. Now, if you haven't heard about that, I'll put a link in the description below to the video I made about that story. Now, there's some caveats for 3 of these vehicles. The Cadillac Lyriq will need to be classified as an SUV to qualify, which I'm pretty sure it will be, while the Silverado EV and the Sierra EV will only be eligible for lower trim levels due to the price cap. So, depending on the pricing of those vehicles at the time that they go on sale, some of them may not be eligible. And obviously the higher range models definitely won't be eligible. The Hummer EV won't be eligible, it's too expensive. But as long as the vehicles are under the price caps, they will qualify for 2023. However, unfortunately, the rising requirements for battery materials and component sourcing may be an issue. But it's unclear yet, based on really what we know so far, what percentage of materials and components are used in GM's EVs. They haven't actually explicitly stated where the products come from. I would guess that most of it probably does come from China, but we don't know exactly. However, the good thing is the GM battery packs themselves will be built in either the US or Mexico. So in my view, GM is doing a good thing by manufacturing a lot of EVs and a lot of batteries in the US. And I don't think they should be penalized for that, even if some of the raw materials do come from countries like China. That's just my take on that, though. Let me know what you think. If you agree or you disagree in the comment section below. Ultimately, in my opinion, if those materials are not really available in America, there's no point trying to force American car companies to get those materials from America. That's just going to take 5+ years to actually start mines and build mining companies and get that all happening. It's a bit of a long game there, and I think 2024 is just too soon to enforce those regulations. Another car that won't qualify, obviously the GMC Hummer EV won't qualify. The base model is $85,000. That's above the stipulation. Cadillac Solicit, that is speculated to be about $300,000. It's wacky, it's wonderful. I actually kind of like it. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I mean, I'm not a fan of the gaudy red interior, but actually it's like a shooting brake supercar or a wagon supercar. That's kind of cool. Anyhow, that obviously won't qualify because that's going to cost around $300,000. Now, GM Authority reached out to General Motors to ask which GM EVs will meet the tax credit criteria proposed in the new bill. And this is what GM had to say. GM is not able to speculate which vehicles may or may not qualify in the near term, but do think the legislation aligns very well with GM's long-term plans, and over the life of the credit, we intend to offer a number of eligible vehicles. GM, in other words, they have no idea. They've got no idea which vehicles even qualify. Maybe they haven't even looked at the bill yet. I don't know. But I would suggest that General Motors should probably do that now so they can tell us which EVs will officially qualify, because otherwise they look like they don't know what they're talking about. This is another statement they provided. General Motors welcomes the US Senate's passage of the Inflation Reduction Act that includes provisions to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles and strengthen American manufacturing and jobs. GM is already making historic investments in the US, and this legislation will help drive further investments in American manufacturing, clean energy, and sustainable, scalable, and secure supply chains as we work to establish the US as a global leader in electrification. Now, I'm sorry, that ship has sailed. The US is not going to be the global leader in electrification as Joe Biden claims or as GM claims. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's China, and it always will be China. That's not going to change unless some sort of, unless the US sends a bunch of nukes to China and blows the country up. That's not going to change. But doesn't mean the US can't be second. That's good. That'll be a good result. Doesn't mean the US can't take a big percentage of the market. But it does mean GM, Mary Barra, they need to stop with the hyperbole, hyperbole, however you want to pronounce that word. They need to stop with the nonsense. I mean, there's too much marketing nonsense coming from General Motors. People say Elon Musk is this spruiker, that he spruiks stuff and he makes things up. But eventually Tesla deliver. GM, they just keep talking. They keep saying talk. We're going to be the global leaders. America's going to be the global leaders. It's all too much talk for my liking. And that's just me though. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. Personally, I can't wait to see more GM EVs on the streets and to hear GM people just shut up and just deliver the products, stop talking, just to see their electric cars, especially if they're going to cost what GM says they're going to cost, $30,000. honestly, for an SUV, $22,500 with a tax credit, if it qualifies, what I suggest is, put it in an order as soon as that vehicle goes on sale, because they're only going to make probably, maybe a few thousand in 2023. I don't know. Maybe 20,000, absolute best case scenario. So get one of those, because if you can get one for $22,500, that's an absolute bargain. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.